In this video, we're going to look at our third and final shotgun in our inexpensive Turkish shotgun series. This is a GForce Arms, or GForce Arms. It's a GF99 DLX Deluxe. Okay, 20-inch barrel, 5+1 shotgun. Now, any of you guys familiar with these AR style shotguns, they were popular a few years when they all came out, and these things went for about $5 to $5.50. And I mean, there was a ton of different versions and names and manufacturers. Right at this moment, Palmetto State Armory, PSA, has these on sale at a clearance of $199.99. So that's why I couldn't kind of pass up on the deal. Now this one is perfectly sealed in plastic. So we're going to unwrap that over here. So you get the gun sealed in plastic, and then we'll get a better look at it. I got to cover it. Again, they give you a little card with accessories. You can get bigger mags, drums with this AR style. You have a manual, okay? And then in this box, they give you, I believe, a 5-round magazine and the sights. So we'll get it over there and I'll unwrap it where we can take a better look at it. Like I said, we got a manual here. Little advertisement. In the box, we have the pop-up sights, which we'll place on here in a little bit. And you get a 5-round magazine, which is steel. Okay? Substantial. And I guess a Panzer Arms or whatever, if you go to the mag warehouse, they have 10-round steel mags for about $35 a piece. Sometimes these things came with 2 mags, but these discount ones, you only get the 1 magazine. Alright, so this was also sealed in the plastic. So I'm going to get it out of the plastic here. Alright, getting this out of the wrap, we'll take a look at it. This particular shotgun has a lot of interesting features on it. First, I'm going to try to... Well, it looks like this works like an AR, has AR controls on it. So we'll take our 5-round magazine, place it up in there, pull back the handle, and yes, it does lock like an AR. So there's your little piece that keeps this from slamming shut and shows that, you know, you're safe. Much like an AR15, it has a mag release here. Okay. And on this side, there's your bolt release like an AR. The safety's a little bit different. We'll zoom in and look at these features, because this here is an interesting weapon. Okay. Start with this side. Mag release, much similar to the AR15. In the same position there. Then we go to the opposite side. We have a bolt release, identical to the AR. The safety, while not in the AR area, but it similar thing, switch. White means fire, or I mean red means fire, white means safe. Okay, I don't know what this is here, takedown. So you'd have your bolt release, all that other fun stuff. Now, go into the stock. You got your pistol grip, your stock, and then this here has a little thing where you can raise up the cheek weld. Okay. I believe if you can put one of those sling mounts here, and there's a sling mount up higher. I was wondering what this blue thing was, and what this does is it protects, I guess with shipping or whatever, it'll protect these rails here. That's what that's for. And you have ample rails here. You have the rails up here on the handguard. Of course, across the whole top, like an AR15 of the shotgun itself, so you can attach sights, scopes, whatever, lights. Then when we get down here, you have this, that's a false muzzle brake. And this is a fixed bore shotgun barrel. This thing just screws off the end of the barrel. You can't adjust the choke. We'll measure this and figure out what it is. This is just there as a decorative piece for show. Sling swivel here. And I'm going to have to check on how we disassemble this gun. But this is pretty interesting. And I mean, you know, it looks just like an AR-15. And very similar controls in that in terms of a shotgun. So you have ample places to mount with rails, and those are 4 points up here. You know, you got top, sides, bottom, back here to the bottom, I don't know, pistol grip or something. But this is pretty damn interesting if you ask me. And for, you know, $199, this is a bargain. Okay, we got a pair of flip-up sights here. Front and rear. And they're pretty interesting. They use a Phillips head screw instead of a Allen wrench. And you would tighten them down to the rails. And it's interesting because they have, if you look, there's a little small notch in here. And the front sight has a little, so you can still use these folded down as a very small, quick action sight. So we're going to mount these on there. It's pretty neat. I got the right Phillips head screwdriver, I guess. Okay, mounting these sights is a little different. I found that underneath that screw, this isn't a clamp. You pull the screw all the way out, like I did with this, okay? And then you would have to push this, starting from the back, a little bit different. Push this sight, like you line the groove up in here and just shove it up to where it lines up with a notch like there. That's about where I'd want it. You put the screw back in. Yes. Okay, then once this is lined up and done, you can tighten it down here. And then we have, there we go. And there you have it. So we got that one done. So again, and try not to lose that nut on the side there. So we'll take this screw out and then we'll go up and do the other one. Alright, so now we're going to go with the front sight. Like I said, you line it up with the rail. And these things do go on there tight, which is probably a good idea, because the recoil is what usually knocks these things loose. Front sight affair, I mean the rear sight went on pretty difficultly, you know, with some resistance. This, I had to take it apart, take the fore end off here, this part of the stock, and then tap that thing on with a rubber mallet, then tap it around till I lined it up, and the screw comes in. But, you know, it is polymer or plastic, so it's stretched. Kind of didn't like the idea of having to beat the bastard in there, but if that screw holds on, and if they loosen up, you put a drop of Loctite on the, so now I got flip up fronts here in the back. Alright, we'll take a look at the sights. Okay, so we got the sights on. Like I said, they're pretty cool. There's a notch and a little post. They can be used down, you know, then when you flip them up, they are very AR15. You know, you can dial this post up and down, maybe be able to even change it out with something. And you have on the rear sight windage and a 2 aperture flip like a basic AR sight. So they're basically AR15 style flip up sights. And they can be used in the folded down, just a quick notch and a post. Pretty interesting, okay? And that's going to be about it, except I found one other thing that's unusual about this gun here with the controls. And we'll take a look at that on the opposite side here. I found that in the manual when I was trying to figure out if they would tell you how to put the sights on, but they don't. But there is a feature on this shotgun that's critical and you have to pay attention to. This side of the gun, there is this lever here which is not on a AR-15. So I'm wondering, what is that? And I'm reading in the manual and they do give you an illustration and caution about this. There's a feed ramp guide, okay? And when this is up, the feed ramp guides this plastic thing that comes up to the mag well to the barrel. And I tried moving it for a bit, I couldn't, and then it's down. You can go down with it. And if you look inside, you will see where this piece of plastic in the mag well goes up. It's critical, okay, that this goes up, because if it's down, the magazine won't lock in to the gun. See, the mag won't lock in. What this is used for is when you strip the gun down to take it apart, you have to push this lever down so this upper part of the shotgun can come off. And you can't load it with it down, so you have to have it up, and then the magazine will lock in, okay? So that's a critical thing to realize in this. I'm going to do this in the first video, and then I'll show you how we use this when we take the gun down. But that's something you have to be aware of. It's a little bit different. So I think that's about it. We went over the safety, the mag release, the sights. We put the sights on and that. And I'm going to wrap up this video. And in the next video, we'll take this gun apart, disassemble it to clean it. Let's hold on here a minute. Alright, so there we have our GForce 12 gauge AR-15 style shotgun, fold up sights, detachable mag, and all that other fun stuff. but it's getting hot. I got the sights on, I did a quick check. I'm not going to disassemble it today. I'll do that some other time. It's getting hot out here. It's an interesting firearm, okay? And like I said, they were selling for $5.5. Even though I got it for $199, if I get a 10-round mag, other than 5-round mag, if I get a 10-round mag and a 20-round drum for this, which a lot of people want them drums for this gun, it probably cost me $150, $160. So to get a drum and a mag would almost cost me what I got into the gun. So this is where, you know, it's kind of weird, but that's the one thing that I don't, you know, that I see is ridiculous, is getting the extra mags for this. But if you really want something like this, getting it for $199 is a deal. It's pretty neat gun. I think this is going to be a lot of fun to shoot and fool with. When I go into the disassembly, I'll explain that this fixed choke will measure it. This thing up in the front is for show. I got the sights on, this handguard comes off. Taking this apart is going to be a little bit more difficult than the other two simple guns, the pump and the auto. And we'll get a look at it and clean. You know, it's got all kinds of sticky oil and stuff all over it. So I'm cleaning all that out of here, because if you don't, the minute you start shooting this, the powder residue and everything else goes to that and turns it into a slimy, sticky sludge, and then people wonder why their gun doesn't function too well. Alright, so that's it for today. That's our first look at the GForce, what was it? I'll get that. Okay, GForce GF99 DLX. Okay, that's our first look at it. Alright, thank you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned.